I think I'm getting a bit too old for doing these YouTube videos. If only I could make myself just a little bit younger. Welcome to the new and improved Younger Me!
And if that doesn't do the trick, I have the ultimate backup plan.
Oh yes, an even younger me. Welcome to immortality.
Do you like collecting? Then please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the like button because it does something very special. It makes you younger.
As my little comedy sketch shows, hopefully anyway, we might not last forever, but when we're dead and buried and making the flowers grow, pictures and photos and documents describing our lives can potentially live on for centuries. This is a tangible form of immortality. We can touch, we can feel it, we can witness it with our own eyes and even smell it. Smells really good. And we don't need to rely on religious leaders and crazy PhD professors with hidden agendas to translate it for us. And that's what I really like about these cigarette cards and trading cards. They provide a vivid picture to the past. Doctor Who's TARDIS is pure fiction, but these cards provide us with the next best thing to a time machine. The special thing about these particular cards is that they show the beginnings of mass media, in other words cinema, which would supposedly eclipse printed media. But the biggest question of them all, and one that gives us an insight into the vulnerability of today's technology and throwaway consumerist society, is, out of those two types, what has survived today? Well, these cards and other such printed media. You see, many of the original silent movies, which these cards depicts movie stars from, many of those original silent movies don't exist anymore, and yet they are relatively recent history compared to, say, ancient Greece. You see, the early movies were stored on nitrate cellulose, which degrades very rapidly, and not only that, it's extremely flammable. In fact, it is so flammable that the USA stopped exporting movies to Germany during World War I for fear of them using nitrate cellulose in ammunition. These tangible cards can be viewed instantly and comprehended. But you need more and more complicated machinery to view the media of today. How many of us have got old software, computer games and cassette tapes that we can't use anymore because the hardware is obsolete? It's fine whilst the viewing equipment and the media itself is still around, but what happens after hundreds of version updates and new products? It will become more and more difficult to find replacement parts in centuries to come. So although these cards can't take you on a virtual 3D tour for a dreamlike fantasy, they will probably outlive most of the high-tech media of today, like rock and roll outliving Simon Cowell's plastic pop idol clones. I might sound like a Luddite, but surely if I was one of those, I wouldn't be on the internet. I love modern technology and the new opportunities that it brings, but just want to highlight this major systemic problem with modern technology design that is geared towards a throwaway consumerist society which is completely unsustainable in the long term. If you're interested in cultural evolution, you might want to read this fascinating book by Susan Blackmore, The Meme Machine. It likens the rapid progression of human innovation, art and popular culture to genetic evolution. Now at this stage I just want to get something straight. I'm neither a creationist or a Darwinist. I like to keep my options open, and I think everyone should do the same. Exploring different ideas and concepts. Okay, so coming back to this. So the big problem with genetic evolution theory is that, according to the scientists, it takes many years for it to develop. Too long for us mere mortals to notice in our short lifetimes. According to Blackmore, what makes us humans exceptional is that we're the only wild animals that have managed to figure out how to externalise this evolutionary process, starting with the cave paintings of prehistoric times. As opposed to its biological equivalent, this external evolution is happening now at warp speed. We can see the effects with our own eyes, such as inventions, pop music and viral YouTube videos. Our cars, aircraft and internet are like extensions of our limbs. Memes are the cultural equivalent of genes and explain why we can't get irritating pop song tunes out of our heads. Advertisers have had an intuitive grasp of memes for decades, spreading their brands far and wide. It would be good if us mere mortals could master these memes. These are the three most important characteristics of a good meme. 1. They need to be easily mimicked, e.g. you need to create simple but unique videos with good content that are likely to be mentioned or parodied by influential top YouTubers. Number 2. Many memes need to be produced, e.g. you need to produce regular videos and post them on as many sites as possible so that you get noticed. And then number 3. The memes that you produce need to last a long time. Now this is where our current technology breaks down. It comes and goes, and the old technology is completely useless when updates and new versions replace them in our throwaway consumerist society. We can see how this happened in the not too distant past as well with silent movies. Unfortunately, the early movies were stored on cellulose nitrate that degrades rapidly, plus people were more interested in the latest technology, and so when the talkies arrived, many of the early movies were discarded. Ironically, it's this old-fashioned printed media that has helped keep the memory of these early movie pioneers alive. So we owe a lot to these cigarette cards and trading cards. Okay, yeah, don't forget to check out this fascinating book. And I've done loads of videos of sets of early movie star cards, and I will be doing some more in the future, so check those out. And check my other collectibles videos and skip vids. Okay, ciao for now.
If you'd like to find out more about this particular item or other such items, please feel free to pop by my website at creamofcards.com.